Well, good morning to you, boys and girls. It's Saturday, the 22nd of December 2018. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from Bracknell here in Royal Berkshire. I'm actually trying to fix something at the moment. I gather, or I've seen that for some reason, it's still coming. Some of the titles are showing as the karaoke from last night. So if you don't mind, I'll just try and fix that. Because otherwise people will think they're coming in to watch the blooming karaoke night, won't they? 1 minute. Oh, it's one of those catch a fire things. 1 minute. Let's try that. Will that work? Select all the squares with traffic lights. Don't you hate these? I always seem to never be able to do this properly for some reason. Oh, come on. There we go. Right, titles. I'll try it again and see what happens. 1 minute. What are we? Saturday the 22nd, isn't it? 2nd December 2018. Is that going to work now? Let's try update. Don't know if that's worked or not. Updating titles is not supported. Come on, update the damn things. Yeah, I'll see how that works. Hopefully that should change at some point to the talk show. People tuning in thinking they're going to watch the karaoke show. Blimey, it's bad enough watching it at night, let alone this time of the day. Good morning to you. I hope you're well this morning. Don't forget you can text in a number as well as sending it over on your computer keypad. If you're sitting there watching it on a television and you haven't got access to a computer, there's a text number up there as well, okay? 07551 259 675. 07551 259 675 for a text in. But, only if you can't use the other thing. And that should work this morning as well. Who's early today? Oh, not too many of you there this morning, is there? There's no one on YouTube. Am I too early on a Saturday? There was someone in Selfridges saying the other day, I was in Selfridges, I know one of the people who work in Selfridges, and it was saying, how do you manage to be so happy and lively in the morning? The answer is, I don't know. I don't know. I actually have a real excitement in coming in here every morning and talking to you. Honestly. That's absolutely true. And at the end of the day, this is not a job. If I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't be here. It's as simple as that. I really wouldn't, but there we are. Very glad to see that looks like they've got a couple of people for flying that drone and inconveniencing so many thousands of people. Tens of thousands of people inconvenienced by some idiot flying that drone over Gatwick Airport for the last couple of days. All the papers have got this story this morning. It says in the Daily Mail, 2 people have been arrested in connection with the criminal drone activity. I don't know if it's criminal. Is it criminal to do that? Don't know. In connection with the criminal drone activity at Gatwick Airport. As a witness said, he saw a cyclist frantically packing away 2 drones away down a country lane near the airport. The 2 suspects were held on Friday night and after another day of chaos at the airport, which saw dozens more flights cancelled and passengers thrown into chaos just before Christmas. And it's astonishing, absolutely astonishing that they had so much trouble finding it. Well, in fact, the police haven't found them or didn't find them. It says here it was a bloke, a witness. Bloke just happened to be, I suppose, driving or walking past this idiot. Around 1,000 aircraft, 1,000 planes. What's the minimum amount of people on a plane? 200? So times 200 by 1,000 and add a load more for the big jumbos and things like that. I think they hold about 300 or 400 people, didn't they? Around 1,000 aircraft have been cancelled or diverted, affecting approximately 140,000 people. I mean, what I'd do... What would have been done in the olden days is this person would have been caught and chucked to the crowd. He wouldn't have had anything left, would he? Eh? They'd be ripping him into bits. Shocking. It was a motorist, Paul Motts, who's 52. He said he saw a man in his 30s wearing high-vis clothing and crouching over a drone in a country lane near the West Sussex airport on Thursday. Police have looked into theories that a lone wolf eco-warrior or group of activists could be behind the drone. This bloke said the suspicious man had been trying to get away as fast as he could as Sussex police combed the countryside to find the drone pilot. They couldn't find him. Couldn't find him. All that technology we've got, you know, to catch motorists going more than 2 miles an hour over the speed limit at 3 o'clock in the morning on the M4. or the cameras on the bus lanes or in the yellow boxes. All that can be found. We can find a motorist like that. Can you find a bloke with a drone? No. I find that absolutely astonishing that we couldn't find that person. Really. The bloke told the newspapers, I was delivering a parcel and drove past a suspicious man in fluorescent cycling gear, crouching over a large drone which was all lit up. Well, I mean, suspicious men in cycling gear. We see all those in London, dear. The great big fat things in their tight lycra. What do they look like? All cyclists must be regarded as suspicious people if they've got brightly coloured lycra on. That is a fact. That is a fact. He said it looked like he was packing drones away. 2 minutes later, we turned around and came across him cycling away. I expect he wanted to disassemble the drone as quickly as possible to get away as fast as he could. I mean, what makes you want to do something like that? What actually makes you want to do something like that? It's just beyond me. It really is. A Gatwick spokesman said our runway is now open and they're hoping to fly a full schedule on today. But they have got 2 people now, the police are saying, and we'll see how that goes. If it's those 2 people, you know, if it's those 2 people. I wonder what the sort of punishment for that one sort of thing is. You could strap them to the actual drone, couldn't you, and fly them over like an erupting volcano or over the sea, and then push a button and then drop them into the sea to drown and die and go away forever and ever and stop upsetting all these people who are trying to get away to their families. I think that's an excellent idea, I really do. So there we are. Let's read some of your messages coming through this morning over on Facebook Live. Good morning to... One moment, please. Adam the plumber is in the house. Good morning, Adam. Danny Gibbs. Morning, Danny. All right, Danny does a lot of... I'm going to say social work. Not social work, is it? Charity work with homeless people. Good morning, Danny. Dukey Chrissy Boy is there. Good morning, Dukey. Mark Connor. Good morning, Mark. Oh, Conmore, is it? I beg your pardon. Mark Conmore is there. He says, good day, buddy. You're in Australia. What bit of Australia are you in? He says, I was born in the UK. I'm a £10 pom. Are you a £10? Oh, yeah. Okay, my uncle's a £10 pom. My uncle is a £10 pom, so you must be, are you in your 70s or 80s? My uncle's, I think, just got to 80. Uncle Martin. I can't remember where he lives, but it's on the train line and you do actually go through Woi Woi. It's up there somewhere. Beautiful place he lives. Absolutely stunning. Good morning to you, Mark. Welcome to our little show. Hello to Edward Oliver. Morning, Edward. Nice to see you again. Danny Davis in Welsh, Wales is in the house. Danny works at a Haven holiday place. He's an entertainer. An entertainer, aren't you? Good morning, Danny. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, Edward. You can watch this on YouTube at the same time. It's exactly the same as on Facebook. And that's at youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. All right, that's my YouTube channel, /Chris Reardon UK on the YouTube. Morning to my sister. She's loving the jacket. Thank you, sis. My sister's making my curtains today. She's making me a pair of curtains for Christmas for my Lincolnshire television studio complex. Good morning. Hello to Tony Power. He's on YouTube this morning, who says, I don't know why they don't have a license system for drones. They can be dangerous as guns in some instances. I believe next year a licensing thing is happening for drones. Now, I heard about this. Hang on, licensing for drones. Shall I see if I can find it? See if I can find it. Licensing for drones. Let's have a look. This jacket is really tight around my arms this morning for some reason. I think I've obtained muscles overnight. Is that possible? Do all drones need licenses? Ooh, doesn't say at the moment. I'm sure I heard somewhere on the radio the other night that they are going to license drones at some point next year. Okay, so there we are. Good morning to SOS Gregorian, who's now got a kitten. Well, don't eat it, dear. Kittens are not for eating. Not in this country, anyway. Oh, have you got a little kitten? How lovely. Oh, they're wonderful, but they are quite mad when they're young. They are evil. They are evil. They will climb up curtains. One of my mate's cats, he, when he was younger, he used to use the Venetian blinds as a ladder. I kid you not. Not Venetian, it's sort of the wooden blinds, like Venetian blinds. He used to use them as a ladder to climb up. Cats are absolutely mad. You can be sitting there stroking a kitten and it will suddenly jump up and just run her in circles around the room. We love cats. I absolutely love cats. Good morning to John Child. When are you going to turn up and sing us a song again, John? I haven't seen you for ages. Tony Power says, I think there's a trend for people to buy them to make videos. Yes, drones. I thought about buying one myself, Tony. One of the more expensive ones, where you get a decent picture. No point in buying a cheap drone and not being able to use the picture because it's such crap quality. No, you've got to spend a few £100 on one of those. But then I thought, after I've got my couple of shots of the thing moving around for an opening video, I probably wouldn't use it. So I need a really good reason to buy anything, honestly. I don't just buy things randomly in shops. I don't buy things just because I don't upgrade things just because there's a nice shiny new model available. There are people, my mate's one of them, he must upgrade. As soon as he sees the next thing come along, he's got to have it. And I'm not like that at all. I make things last years. Oh, yes. I mean, the carpet in here was threadbare by the time I replaced this a few years ago. It literally, you could see the wood slats underneath part of it. Terrible I am. Good morning to Mark Connor, Conmore. Oh, 1968. Okay, so you're a bit younger than me, Mark. Yeah, you're actually younger than me. I'm 55. I'm 1963. Anyway, welcome to the show. I know all about £10 poms. I was a bit too late for that, I'm afraid. Yeah, I did. The first time I went to Australia, I was about 44 years old, and I loved it. And I wanted to move there. And I went a second time, a third time, a fourth time. I've been 5 times now. I love the country. I love the way of life there. But I'm 55 now, and I don't really have a skill that the Australians would want. I mean, DJing or hosting something like this is not really on the list. You know the list. The list of all the things that are required. A very, very good friend of mine has gone out there. He's been there, I think, about 6 to 9 months now. Alan is his name, and he does something, I think, with students. And he's travelling around at the moment. And the pictures he sends back are just beautiful. Let me see if I can find out where he is at the moment. And you'll know where he is, Mark. Funnily enough, I was just talking to him a little while ago on the internet. Alan is his name. He is at the moment in... Oh, come on, where are you, Alan? Port Macquarie, I think it is. Port Macquarie. Is that what it's called? Port Macquarie? And there's a beautiful picture of a church, and he's been to see koalas. And he's got a little film of koalas that he's been to see and stuff like that. It looks absolutely beautiful. And there's a lovely picture there of a church. I don't know what the church is. It just says Port Macquarie. Macquarie. Port Macquarie. Oh, hang on. What? Oh, I can't quite see that. Have I got glasses? Let me see if the glasses help. Wesleyan Church. Wesleyan Church? Does that sound about right to you? I'm sure you will know it. Okay. Morning to Merlin. Merlin turned up last night, didn't you, Merlin? Didn't sing us a song, though. Looked like you was having a good time. It was busy last night at the karaoke. Wonderful, wonderful night at Central Station. And if you're a karaoke fan, just to let you know, that's the last karaoke until next Friday. We're not there on Christmas Eve. Usually we're on Mondays. Christmas Eve is a very, very odd night. Sometimes it can go really well, or it can be absolutely dire. You don't want to start off a crap Christmas, do you? So we're not opening Christmas Eve, but the next karaoke will be on Friday night at Central Station in Wharfdale Road in King's Cross. Maureen was there, and Maureen's indeed with us this morning. Thank you for the text, Maureen. Good morning to lovely Maureen. She went out for a little dinner last night and turned up afterwards at the karaoke. Mark, let's have a look. Mum brought me to Australia on a ship called the Fair Star or Fair Sky. Oh, I don't know what it was called. Those of you that don't know what a £10 pom is, years ago, 60, 70 years ago, Australia wanted to become more populated. So they had a scheme that if you wanted to go and emigrate over there, and I don't think you needed particular skills, but you needed to be able to do something, then you bought a £10 one-way boat ticket, you got on a boat, and you went, and you set up your life there. That's what happened, and that's what my uncle did, along with countless other people, and that's really how they started populating Australia. And this chap went over there with his mother as well. So a nice way to do it. A little bit more than £10 though now, isn't it? Yeah, more like 10,000 if you want to go first class. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. I'm glad you enjoy the show. Welcome. It's just a little bit of fun we do most mornings, all right? Mornings to Colin, Hayley and Lee. Hayley's busy today, aren't you, my darling? I've been seeing your posts, getting all your bits and pieces, all your food ready and all that for the Christmas day. I love the beach. Oh, there's a beach there at Port, what is it, Port Macquarie, is it? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what part of there is there. I've been to Sydney. I've been to Cairns. Oh, my God, you've got to have some money to live there, haven't you? Cairns, up north. Dear me. What a lovely place. There's swimming pools outside and watch out for the snakes. Great big thick snakes in Cairns. Morning to Wendy. Hello, Wendy. Ain't seen you for a while on here. Hope you're well, darling. Do you like it? Yeah, it's only a cheap one, this one. I've had this I think this is a third year I've had this one. And Sandra, of course, behind us in the background. Morning to Katie Ann. Hello, Katie Ann. Tony was sitting in his local park in the summer. This elderly lady was on a bench when a drone went flying over her head and she fell backwards with her ice cream in her hand. No video, Tony. Oh, you disappoint me, my friend. You should have had a little camera out there standing by waiting for that. Oh, no, terrible. Good morning to Blossom, who joins us this morning. I don't know where you are, Blossom, but also welcome you to our little show. I must say I was watching the London news again this morning and last night. We get the London news here down in Bracknell. I don't get it up north. Up north I get Look North for Yorkshire. Down here we get the London news. And the presenters on there are just a bit static. Do you know what I mean? There's a couple of girls on there and they sit like this. They sit. You're probably better to see over there. 1 minute, number 2. Yeah, they sit like this. And a very good morning to you, and welcome to the BBC London News. And they're a bit like bolt upright here. They want to relax a little bit. There's no personality there. You can tell. It's just like watching a robot or an android on the telly. They're bolt upright like that, and they don't move. Whether they must be someone must be telling them to sit like this and like that, and they're kind of regular, and they start off like that. And a very good morning to you, and welcome to the London News. And it changes to that camera, and they move around, and it just looks so unnatural. Have you found that? The bloke, on the other hand, on the Look North programme, he's he's quite old. He's probably in his 50s, I would guess, maybe early 60s. He's not like that at all. It comes across as quite friendly. These girls on London News, whether it's the evening one or the morning one, they just look completely unfriendly and unnatural. Like it's a drone. In fact, I think a drone would have more personality than what they were. Have you seen them? Anyone seen the girls on the London News? There's a bloke on there as well, of Asian appearance, probably English. He's okay. He comes across with a bit of personality. He's quite nice, but there's a blonde girl on there. Are they both blonde? I can't remember now. One has dark hair, one's got blonde hair. They've got about 4 or 5 of them who seem to rotate on there. And there's just no personality whatsoever on that lot. Very strange and mysterious. Good morning to Mark Jones. Katie lives in Port Douglas. Did you? Right at the top there? What a lovely place. Oh, you must have some money, Katie. Oh, you're a dark horse, aren't you? We have rich people watching this programme. Unbelievable. People who do their shopping. Oh, what's that shop up there? Coles. You got a Coles up there, haven't you? A Coles. That's right. I know the Coles. Mark's mum passed away last year. Sorry, my darling. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. My mum died 18 years ago. It's difficult, isn't it? Difficult. Right, so I had a good sleep last night at last because I've had a couple of nights where I haven't slept very well. I had a good sleep last night, funnily enough, the same night that I've just been to work. You know, I must do more things before I go to bed at night when I've got nights off because I only work 3 nights a week now. I'm kind of semi retired and I'm very happy to be working just 3 nights a week, to be honest. Um, and sometimes on nights that I'm not working, I get into bed and I'm not really uncomfortable. I can't really get to sleep properly. You know, it's like I feel I should have done something more. But last night I slept very well. There was hardly anyone in the swimming pool, funnily enough, yesterday when I went up to the swimming pool up at the Bracknell up at the Hilton Hotel. I belong to the swim. I use 2 swimming pools now. Actually, 3 swimming pools now. I use the one in Bracknell when I'm down here 3 times a week, and then when I'm up in Lincolnshire, I use one in Horncastle, and I've just recently joined one in Boston as well. And the reason I joined the one in Boston because I went swimming not last week, the week before last. To Horncastle, and it was closed. They were doing maintenance, so I drove across Lincolnshire, a little bit of Lincolnshire to Boston and joined one there instead. So I'm now a member of 3 swimming pools. That's all right, isn't it? It's not bad at all. So no one in the pool yesterday morning. Even the water aerobics, who they start at 12 o'clock on a Friday, they only had half the pool instead of 3/4 of the pool, which was nice for the swimmers because we had a whole half a pool to each other. I just imagine a lot of people will be Christmas shopping. And that at the moment, doing their last minute bits and pieces. I finished my Christmas shopping some time ago. I'm really prepared. The last couple of years, I've been really prepared, actually. All sorted. I can't be doing with all this rushing around at the last minute. In fact, you might get some bargains today. If you've left it to the last minute, you might get some bargains today, boys and girls. In the Daily Mail this morning, it says here that desperate retailers have launched an unprecedented wave of pre-Christmas sales in a final bid for shoppers. Some of the high street's biggest names were offering discounts of up to 90% last night as they fought to end a woeful year on a high note. Now, me and my mate were shopping in London this week at Hamleys and walking around some of the other shops, and I have to say it was busy-ish, but it wasn't packed. It certainly wasn't packed. In fact, I went to... I'll be going up to Bracknell later, actually. I've got to pop into the just the supermarket to get some blueberries. And I was up there the other day. It wasn't particularly busy. No. We've got a department store called Phoenix. And it's been opened ever since the shopping centre was rebuilt. So it's just over a year ago now. I've got to be honest, I don't know how they make any money. There's hardly anyone ever in there. It's a lovely department store. Now, this was a replacement for a Bentl's, it's the same group. But with the Bentl's, you would walk through it to get to other shops. You know, you'd come in downstairs, go up the escalator, walk through some bits and pieces, come out the other end to visit Sainsbury's or whatever. It was kind of another way into the shopping centre. Well, that's now been moved to the corner. So you now have to want to go into Phoenix to do any shopping. You don't go through there to get anywhere else. And I think that's not been good for them. Which is a shame because it's a lovely, lovely shop, Phoenix. It really is. But there's no one ever in there. I'll have a look later and I'll let you know tomorrow. Remind me tomorrow to tell you how many people were in Phoenix and I'll have a little look. Back to the story then. It says here... retail revenues have plummeted this year with around 17 billion wiped off the share prices of the country's biggest shops and more stores expected to go bust in 2019. I wonder what other shops will go bust next year. You know, I do wonder. There's a lot of places empty, aren't there? It's a shame. There are times when you don't want to buy something online. Certainly clothes. I've bought pairs of jeans online. I've sent them back 4 times before I found the right size. Terrible. But there's stuff that you just want to touch, isn't there? Mind you, you go in some of the places. What was it the other day I wanted? I can't remember, but I said, and I said, well, can you get one down, please? He said, well, yeah, do you want to buy it? I can't remember what it was. It wasn't last week. It was some time ago now. I said, well, I don't know. I want to have a look at it. Oh, well, it's boxed up. Well, yeah, take it out of the box. Oh, I can't do that, I'm afraid. What? What do you mean you can't take it out of the box? I want to look at it and touch it. Oh, I'm not allowed to do that. I'll put it back on the shelf then. I won't have it, and walked out. Bloody idiots. Idiots. They don't. They can't be bothered. Some of these arseholes who work in shops. Apparently, an analyst, Richard Hyman, said it's unprecedented the level of discounts, the number of retailers with sales, and the proportion of their stock on offer are all at record levels. I've never seen as much activity as this before. It's a statement of desperation. The biggest discounts on offer are at Sports Direct, where prices have been cut by as much as 90%. House of Fraser, Topshop have both slashed prices by 60% and Debenhams by 50%. Electrical store Currys PC World has cut 30% off its prices, and the furniture firm Made, I've never heard of them, Made, have you? Made? I don't know where they are. Has 40% reductions. Internet retailers have also joined in the frenzy, suggesting that they too are struggling. Web clothing retailer, and they were in the shops, in the news this week, have, where is that now? Suggested too that they are struggling. Web clothing retailer ASOS, who were in the news this week, I'd never heard of them before they were on the news, but they've cut prices by 50%, and rival online fashion firm Boohoo, never heard of them either, is now offering a 70% sale. So if you want to go out there today and have a look around some of these shops, you may well find that there's some really heavy discounts going on there today. So good luck with that. Would it be crowds and crowds of people so you had difficulty moving around? I don't know. There certainly hasn't been. We were quite easily able to move around central London the other day. So what it's like here, out in the burbs, as they say in Australia, out in the burbs, in the suburbs, I don't know. I really don't know. Just a moment. Thank you, Mark. Mark says I look fabulous this morning. Thank you, Mark. Hours. I'm in makeup hours before I come in here, you know. We've got a makeup department I have to go into. You know, there's all little people, young boys, fussing around me. When about 20 years old, they go, all right, Chris, hello, love. They start touching me up. Yeah, you know what I mean. Oh dear. Mark's in Melbourne. Oh yeah. I used to go running along the Yarra. When I was in Melbourne, I ran along the Yarra. But if you go one way, you get stuck, don't you? You kind of in the city. If you're in the city, you come down and you get to the river, and I would turn right and I run along there, and at the end was like, I think there was a wooden area and there was a children's play area, and I couldn't go further than that, so I then went back the other way through that beautiful park that you've got in Melbourne. Beautiful place. Absolutely beautiful place. Katie lost her mum 2 years ago. Oh, everyone loses it's because of our age, you know. Everyone loses their parents, don't they? Let's have a look. Katie says, I drove into the underground car park and went back out again. Did you? Did you get lost? Tony, I was taken aback when I saw what the Christmas number one was this year. It's called the Sausage Roll Song. I haven't heard that. Some father and son duo called Lad and Baby. Awful, but this is the charts for you these days. I haven't heard that, Tony. What happened to those wonderful, happy Christmas songs that we used to get, eh? What happened to those? Merry Christmas, everyone, from Shakin' Stevens. Good morning to Michael Lawrence. Good morning, Michael. Have a nice Christmas to you as well. I'm hoping to be with you over Christmas as well. I think you might even get a little show Christmas morning if you're lucky. If I get up in my caravan up north, you know, sort of early-ish, I'll do a Christmas show. I don't know who will be there Christmas morning. Probably about 3 people watching on Christmas morning, but if I've got time, I'll see if I can do one, because I've got a few bits and pieces to open up there as well. I picked up another card last night from Central Station. Someone sent in a card. It's in my computer bag. Otherwise, I would have opened it here and now. But I'll take that up north with me and open it possibly on tomorrow's show, all right, or something like that. Adam the Plumber, more discounts online. Mothercare, for example, are closing down. They're doing around 10% in store and 50% online as well. Oh, I saw a little story in one of the papers about some of the staff in Mothercare. They were so upset. The people that closed down the stores literally were in there and doing the closing down thing while they were still working and about to lose their jobs. Isn't that horrible? You know, but I suppose it has to be done, doesn't it? Let's have a look there. Right. Let me just check that all those messages are coming through this morning, because sometimes I've got like the message system that this is another new one, by the way. This started yesterday. Restream, which is how I get my show to you, I've got this new message section on there. What's been happening before is that the messages come up on the Facebook, but they don't come up on the system. So I kind of cross-reference between the two of them now, if I can. But from what I see, I said hello to you, Diane, didn't I? What I see, it looks like that's all working today. So, yeah, I can't see any messages that have been missed out there at all. That does appear to be working. Good. So that's working. Let's have a look here. Roads fairly clear last night on the way to work. I must say we had a great karaoke night last night. Really, really good in there. Lots of new faces. There were people who were merry, but there was no one who was really drunk. You know what some of these Christmas parties are like? I host 2 karaokes a week on Mondays and Fridays, both at the same place, Central Station. And some of these Christmas parties can be really, really messy. Not last night. It was really good. Everyone kind of behaved themselves. Those people that were in really early, I think some of them sang 4 times last night. So it's always a good idea, if you're going to a karaoke night, get there early if you want to sing a lot. There's no point turning up at 11. Sometimes you turn up at 10:30 and it's too late for you to join the queue. It's full up, you know. And you can't expect to be pushed in front of someone else, whether or not they've been singing already. If they've been sitting there since 8:30 at night, it's just not fair. It really isn't. Good morning to Brian James, joining us today. Morning, young Brian. All right. So, as I say, the traffic all right last night until I got to Euston Station. And I got right the way to the Euston flyover. I got all the way there in about an hour and 20 minutes, which is a record for a Friday night. And then 35 minutes along that little bit of Euston Road. What a nightmare that blooming road is. I hate it. I absolutely hate that road. On the way home, I actually don't go down that road anymore because you always get stuck somewhere. Some idiot Uber driver who don't know where they're going. So I go round the back way. I found a back way. But to go the back way coming in is a little bit more difficult because the traffic's all over the place anyway. Good morning to Ben Atwood. Morning, Ben. Nice to see you, Ben. Hope you're well. About time you turned up and sung us another song, innit? You've only ever sung one there. Ben's very tall. We'll have to lower the stage so that it can get up there, Ben. Oh, right. Where are we? So I told you about the karaoke. When I got there, actually, last night, there was only about 3 people in there. And I thought, oh, God, don't say they were not all going to come in. And then round about 9 o'clock, they all piled in. It was packed in there last night, weren't it, Maureen? Absolutely packed in there last night. And some good singers as well. Some good singers. Good. Nice to see Steve there as well. Young Steve was in there as well last night, singing a couple of songs. I saw someone's Facebook message this morning from Sean Riches. I don't know if he's with us today, but he put this message: I hate glitter. And the rest of us, mate, we hate glitter. I still see glitter on this carpet from Christmas cards that I opened about 5 years ago. I kid you not. Now and again, you've got the Hoover, and suddenly you see that little glint of glitter, don't you, in the carpet? That's been there over a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And it seems to be someone sent me something with green glitter on at some point, because I see it down there. And out comes the Hoover, sucked up the Hoover. Do you remember that story a couple of years ago? Some woman, she had a really bad infection in her eye. Do you remember this? And she'd got antibiotics from the doctor, and suddenly it became worse. They took her to hospital and they found a piece of glitter in her eye. Because all it is a bit of plastic. I mean, I'm sure that's great for the environment. Don't start putting that in the sea. All the fish will be eating glitter. You'll eat the fish and you'll have glittery poo when it comes out the other end. Very, very dangerous, all this plastic stuff, isn't it? Have you seen some of those pictures on the telly? You know, entire villages surrounded in plastic around the seas. Oh, it's awful. Absolutely awful. I'm glad to see Brian's got a guide dog, haven't you? Brian's got a guide dog and it's having to be retrained at the moment. So good luck with that, my darling. I saw a piece of technology. Those of you that are into technology, on the BBC's Click programme this morning, there is a foldable phone. The world's first foldable phone. Now, I have to say, it looks a bit big to me. I can't see that going in my pocket. I really can't, unless you've got like, pockets on the side of your coat sometimes are quite big, aren't they? They wouldn't go on in this inside pocket, I'll tell you that now. It's quite big. And basically it's like it's about the size, I suppose, of a mini iPad. A Chinese firm have bought, of course, it out. Not available in this country yet. They reckon in this country around about 2020, but you will be able to order it online if you can find it in China. And it folds like a phone. And then when you want to use it a bit bigger, like an iPad, you just unfold it. And it turns around and it knows what position you're holding it in. Very, very clever. Do you like a bit of technology? I do like it when I can use it. I can't always use new technology, I'm afraid. Tony says the worst thing about Christmas tree... the worst thing is Christmas tree needles and loose what? Loose what? Where are you finding that from? Mark, how do I get in touch with you? Can you SMS me your station number? I don't have a station number. There is no station number, I'm afraid. You can always send us a message on Facebook, Mark, a private message, and I'll reply to that at some later time. All right? Now, let's just double check this. So that was my day yesterday. I've got some wonderful bits of story for you here, actually. Now, you know how disappointed I am with... Oh, just a minute. Oh, come on. Blast it. The Daily Mail, right? So there's an ad. The ads on the internet newspapers are getting worse and worse. So the Daily Mail seems to be, and again, the Daily Mail seems to be the worst offender for pop-up videos and ads. Now, I've clicked the cross on the ad, right? The ad hasn't disappeared. And now it says, report this ad, and then why this ad? And it wants you to answer a bloody survey to get rid of the ad. Oh, the Daily Mail is the worst offender for this. The amount of videos that just start playing for no apparent reason, it's so annoying. I've got the video thing turned off in Chrome. I've got ad blocker, and I've got what's it called? Ghostery as well. And none of them are sorting out this problem. It's so annoying. Anyway, you'll know how disappointed and despondent I am about independent local radio in this country, not community radio. I think community radio is a great thing and it gets everyone involved. Independent local radio. Totally fake and full of non-personalities. When you hear those happy, it's usually a boy-woman team, on the radio in the morning and they're laughing. Ha ha! Oh, what a fantastic day it is today. Welcome to Capital Gold or whatever. No, not Capital Gold. You wouldn't get that on Capital Gold. But you know the sort of thing. You know the sort of thing on the radio in the morning. And it's so fake. It comes across fake. You see the pictures of two smiling faces on the side of buses. It's fake. I've said this to you for years, haven't I? Good morning to Ray Reynolds. Good morning, Ray. Well, in the Daily Mail this morning, look at this. Chris Moyles has lashed out at Capital Radio hosts Vicky Hope and Roman Kemp in a shock 20-minute rant. Chris is 44, so he's of an age, okay? He will have a personality. And he says what he wants. The same as me, we say what we want. We say how it is. Not going to wrap anything up in little bits of cotton wool to make it sound nice. I'm not going to be fake. I am actually like this, okay? I am as I am. Not like some of these people on the radio, they are fake. They're not into it because they enjoy entertaining people. They want to be on the radio because they want to be famous and they want a bit of money. Whereas the old school radio jocks, people like Dave Lee Travis, Tony Blackburn, of course, David Hamilton, they are seriously into entertaining people. They're not doing it for the money. Most of them don't need the money anymore. They've made shed loads of money. They really have. They don't need it. This lot on there now on like Capital and places like that, just shocking, shockingly fake and unbelievable. The 44-year-old veteran presenter spoke on his Radio X show about the duo, these are the two on Capital Radio, as he made explosive claims about their demeanour as he insisted their cheery nature is merely an act and they are miserable off air. Now, I can totally and utterly believe this. As well as discussing their attitude, he made the alarming claim that he would like to throttle them. Absolutely throttle them. I would as well. I can't stand these fakes. The world's full of them now. You only got to turn on the telly. The only way is Essex, Gemma Collins. People like her, fake. Fake people. Speaking on the show, he said they're the jolliest people in the history of the world. Good morning, everyone. Like that they are, and all that. All I want to do is go down the studio and throttle them. Absolutely just throttle them. You can't be this happy. He's absolutely right. No one can be that happy in real life. Can they? You can't be. Roman, as in numeral, is like, good morning. It's like someone shoved a cattle prod up him. But I can see the screens. They've all got faces like slapped arses. All on their phones, heads down, coat still on. If you live outside of London, you might not know, but Roman is on every bus. I don't know who that person is on the bus, because when you look in the studio, there's this miserable dude. Then you hear him coming out of the radio. She's like, oh yeah, it's so great to be alive. As soon as the microphone is off, they don't even talk to each other. They don't even look at each other. And there's a picture of them in the Daily Mail this morning. I'll tweet it if you like. I've got the Twitter, okay? Twitter is Chris Reardon UK, twitter.com/Chris Reardon UK. So if you want to have a little look at that tweet, I'll tweet that now. There it is. There's the tweet of the story. I'll also put it in, I think I can put it within the Facebook live thing. If you're watching on YouTube or something like that, you'll have to look on the Twitter, okay? Twitter.com/Chris Reardon UK. You can have a look at that little story while you're there. And you'll see a picture of him. And is Roman the bloke then, is he? What's the woman's name? And they look like they got the most awful attitude. And they look completely and totally fake for the picture. They absolutely do. The story goes on. You might have seen Vicky. Vicky. So Vicky is or Vic. That could be a bloke's name, could it? I don't know. It says you might have seen her on Strictly. Vic goes like, morning, wouldn't it be great if she just went, go screw yourself? While his explosive views often hit headlines, he has more recently been in the news for his incredible 5-stone weight loss. After years of limited exercise and a steady diet of takeaways and junk food, the DJ now credits his weight loss with running and ditching junk food. So he's, I think he's probably absolutely right. I think he's probably absolutely right. And why would he lie anyway? To get attention? Or maybe so. But he is. There is no realness in listening to a lot of these breakfast shows wherever you are in the country. And that's all about to change anyway. You know, we've already got like little smaller stations all networking up throughout certain points of the day now, so that they don't have to employ different DJs and things like that. You can get just one couple down in, so it's just awful. It's not my cup of tea at all. Oh, hello, how are you this morning? What a great day it is. Is it? Is it? Thousands of people stuck at Gatwick Airport. You consider that a great day? Anyway, that's just one of those things on there. So have a little look at that and see what you think. Back to your messages. Let's have a look. Michael Lawrence, it's going to eat turkey for Chris and pubbing. You can have me. No turkey for me, Michael. I'm a vegetarian, as you know. No, thank you. I'll have my beans and rice. Thank you very much. Like they have in that jungle thing when they don't win anything. Colin is like the same as me. As you are, Colin. I love your posts. Colin says it how it is. You've got to say it how it is. Don't be all wrapping up. There's plenty of people out there who are telling you what they think you want to hear. Those people aren't worth time. They're not worth time. Tony's off now. Happy Christmas to you, Tony. Enjoy your day, okay? Your YouTube channel link. Oh, just a minute. I just told you what it was. I just told you. YouTube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Dear me. There we are. That'll only go on the Facebook wall, okay? There we are. All right. Good morning to Stafford Blake, who says he's starving. Chicken and chips for you, Stafford, my friend. There must be one open. Chicken and chips for my mate Stafford. All right. What else have we got in the news today? Oh, I love this. I love this. In the Sun this morning, a schoolgirl was furious when she realised her weird tasting advent calendar bought by her mum was for cats. Now, I can relate to this story. I'll come to it in a minute. This little girl, 9 years old, had complained that her £1.99 advent calendar chocolates looked funny, but full-time mum Jess thought she'd bought her the perfect gift. After clawing her way through 4 days of green-tinged treats from a Garfield calendar, disgusted Elisa told 26-year-old Jess that she didn't like them and refused to eat any more. The mum of 3 was horrified when she turned the box over to find the apple-flavoured chocolates were yoghurt and catnip delicacies for cats. Jess says, I was in shock and felt like the worst mother ever when I realised I'd bought a calendar for cats. She said they tasted a bit strange, but hadn't said they were horrible, so I just forgot about it. And again, there's a picture of this woman, right? I mean, what does she look like? This is someone's mother. She got bleached blonde hair all the way down here, tits hanging out of her dress. I'll tweet this as well for you, okay? Let me tweet this as well. I'll put this on the Twitter. Don't forget that my Twitter is Chris Reardon UK. You find me on the Twitter, Chris Reardon UK, and I can also put it on the Facebook. By the way, anyone who's watching on Periscope, I hate to tell you this, but your messages no longer come through at all, I'm afraid. I don't know why that is. I've spoken to the Restream people and they said delete and re-add it, and I have done. I don't get any Periscope messages at the moment. Hopefully that will sort out at some point, and there's no way of getting them through either. So if you do send messages on Periscope, you can slag me off as much as you want because I can't see it. You carry on if you enjoy doing that sort of thing, all right? There we are. I've linked to that woman. This is someone's mother. She's got blonde hair down here. Makeup. Her face is as white as a sheet with all the old makeup. I mean, what does she look like? This is someone's mother. You know, if my mother turned up at my school like that to collect me, I'd be shocked. The tits are hanging out down here, you know, or with the picture of the catnip box. Now, is this about the story, the child, or is that about you wanting to be in the paper, my love? Which is it? Because it looks to me like you just want a little bit of attention. Have you? Is that what it is, lovey? Lots being offended? Are you offended? Is that giving you attention as well? Dear, Elisa hadn't been eating them for a few days. This woman says. So when I asked why she brought the box over to me, I remember thinking they did look a funny shade of green and didn't have a chocolatey smell. When I turned the calendar over and read that it was yoghurt and catnip flavour, I couldn't believe it. It'd taken us 11 days to notice. Well, how stupid can you be? I mean, how stupid can you be? I must say, the dad looks a bit nice. The father looks quite nice. He's quite good looking. You know, I mean, if he wants another mother to his children, I am available. I've got to tell you that. Oh, I do feel sorry for the little girl, I must say, accidentally eating cat food. My niece, who's now 30, she used to eat cat food. I kid you not. My mum, who's no longer with us, she caught her a couple of times. She'd get in the kitchen cupboard, right? So it would have been her grandchild. She'd get in the kitchen cupboard and get out the cat and start eating the cat biscuits. She loved them, my niece. Cat biscuits. Funny, isn't it? Oh. Ben had some vegetarian sausages this morning in sandwiches. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought they'd be absolutely horrible, but I actually enjoyed them. Ben, best vegetarian sausages, Linda McCartney. They are really nice. Linda McCartney sausages are really nice. I quite like the Quorn ones. I will warn you, the Quorn ones do come across as being a little bit dry. Okay, you might not like the Quorn ones, but try them. But the Linda McCartney sausages, just eat them as normal. Cook and eat as normal sausages. They are absolutely delicious. You can get them in the cool cabinet and frozen ones as well. And I think they do some different varieties. Just get the normal ones. Linda McCartney vegetarian sausages, Ben. Absolutely delicious. Mornings to Rob Kershaw. Good morning, Rob. Edward says, I'm a wild human that day. Turkey is the most creature wanted. Poor little turkeys, dear. Poor turkeys. No, Katie owns a turkey. Not my turkey, Trevor. Katie's kids eat cat food as well. Really? I used to know a drag queen. Well, I still know a drag queen called Kitty Litter. And she actually on stage would open a packet of cat food and eat it on stage. I kid you not. Wonderful character, actually. Kitty Litter. She actually eats cat food on stage. She's a great entertainer, she really are. Ah, yeah, Ben did have those ones, the Linda McCartney ones. I thought so. Good morning to Shania. Morning, you lovely thing. Shania has put up a Christmas tree yesterday, I'm pleased to say. That is round about the best time to put up a Christmas tree, just before Christmas. Not in bloody November. Oh, we want the tree up. Now, so we're just about to come up to Christmas now. Those of you that put up your trees in November, what have you got to look forward to now, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day? You've already had it. It's come and gone. You put your tree up in November. Oh, what a lovely tree. Da, da, da. Christmas is here. Nothing to look forward to. Not like Shania. Perfectly timed, Shania, if you don't mind me saying so. Christmas Eve, or maybe the day before, a couple of days before Christmas Eve, that is the correct time to put up a Christmas tree. Thank you very much. Absolutely agree with you, darling. Good. How are we doing on time? 5 to 10. Oh, we'll get another story in, I think. We do have another story here. Just let you know, if you're looking for bargains, Lidl and Aldi, I think it is. Lidl and Aldi have got Christmas veg at 19 pence now. If you've not got your veg in, Lidl and Aldi in the Daily Mirror this morning have both ramped up the veg wars by slashing the cost of Christmas dinner essentials to just 19 pence a pack. With less than a week to go. Oh, hang on a minute. When was this date then? When did this come out? It's an old story. 20th December. Oh, 2 days old. Okay, a couple of days to go before Christmas Day, the two German discounters have reduced prices on staples such as parsnips, carrots and sprouts to just 19 pence. But it says they're far from alone in slashing the cost of festive favourites, with the major supermarkets now cutting costs as well. On Friday, Tesco knocked its festive veg down to 29 pence. Aldi and Lidl undercut them, dropping prices to 28 pence, and then the next week went further. At the time of writing, Lidl and Aldi are offering Christmas trimmings for just 19 pence a bag. Asda at 20 pence, while Sainsbury's has dropped their prices to 30 pence, and Morrison's is offering 3 for £1 across the range. Incidentally, if you like Quorn stuff, I was in Morrison's last week, actually. Morrison's here in Bracknell. And the Quorn is 3 items for £6. Which is a really good saving, actually. So 3 items for three Quorn items for £6 at the moment in Aldi. All right, are you having trouble with your keyboard, Edward? Oh dear. Oh, I don't want a followers page. No, you can just follow me on the thing there, and that'd be good. Katie, have you got my gift yet? Different name to Facebook. Your gift? No. Is there a gift from you, Katie? Where, did you send that to the pub, did you? It might be there tonight. I'll have a look tonight. See if it's got there tonight. There was a card in the post. That's in my computer bag at the moment. I haven't brought it into the house, so there we are. Rob says, can we say a massive congratulations to Lad Baby for getting the UK Christmas #1 with We'll Be Up the City on sausage rolls. I haven't heard that. I don't really follow the charts anymore. Since I stopped DJing, most of the DJing, about a year and a half ago now, I really don't look at the charts at all now. It doesn't interest me anymore, unfortunately. It's so nice to see that these overpaid artists are overtaken by Christmas #1 by Mark and Roxanne, Lad Baby, and all money raised from the sales is going to the Trussell Trust, which is a UK food bank charity. So excellent. Yes, I've not heard that, Rob. I will have a listen to that. Yeah, okay, Katie. Was it a box or a card, darling? I have got a card in my bag. Is it a box or a card that you've sent through? Do let us know, my darling. All right. Hello to Exusine. Good morning to you. Welcome to our little show, which is nearly finished, I'm afraid. Nearly time to go. Got to have my pills and a cup of tea. It's a box. Okay. No, haven't got a box yet, Katie. I'll have a look tonight, see if it's there. It might arrive. When did you send it, darling? Because that's come a long way, hasn't it? It might not be there yet. I'll have a look later. All right? Good. Have we got one more story? for you. No, that might be it now. I think that's it. I've done all my stories today. Yeah, I've done all my stories today, boys and girls. So let's do today's birthdays. And it's a happy birthday on this Saturday, the 22nd of December 2018 to Grant Boatman. Good morning, Grant. I worked with Grant in a place in Clapham for some years. It's a few years ago now. So happy birthday to you, Grant, 44 years old today. Happy birthday to Aimee Daniel, 31 years old today, down there in Sussex. Good morning, Aimee. Happy birthday. Richard J. Lee Rich. Good morning. 53 years old today. And Daniel Williams, DJ, up sort of kind of Birmingham way, I think you are, aren't you? Happy birthday to you. So happy birthday, gang. Where was my little song? There we are. I shall sing for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Grant, Aimee, Richard and Daniel. Happy birthday to you. Did you see how I got the syllables to match up with the music then? I got the syllables to match up, didn't I? Katie said it'd be about 10 days at the post office 2 weeks ago. Oh, well, it must be there now. I'll have another look later. There's one box that I've picked up. Only one box. I've got one box. Now, I thought that was from Glenda. I haven't got it with me. That's in the car ready to take up north, you see. A little bit later on, which I'll be opening on Christmas Day. Hopefully I will be with you Christmas Day, do a little show there. Of course, I know how busy you all are on Christmas Day, doing children's things and cooking and all that business. But if you can't be with us live, get the show on catch up a little bit later on, all right? Julian's in Spain this Christmas, celebrated on Christmas Eve, which is just as well as Miguel is working on Christmas Day. Oh, is he? Okay, my darling. Happy Christmas to you, and a happy Christmas to you too. That's it for the show today. I shall be going up north, hopefully with you tomorrow morning. I think I'm going to be quite late tomorrow because I found a church in Boston that I'll be going to tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, but the mass isn't until 9:30, so that's 10:30, so it's going to make it a little bit later. So probably with you late morning, very early afternoon. I reckon around about 12, 12:30, 11:30 is sort of time tomorrow, hopefully, and we'll have a little bit of a chat then. No promises on that one, okay? I can't always promise you that I'm going to be always going to be here at a given time. We don't sort of schedule the show. It's kind of as and when, but I do try and be there when I say I'm going to be there. Have a lovely day, boys and girls, and I'll see you again very soon. Thanks very much for watching and listening. Cheerio now.